Hello everyone, my name is Zach. I am the Traveling Man, and today I have a very exciting adventure for you. I've been planning this one for years, and today I'm here on board the Celebrity Eclipse, where we're about to reposition the ship. It's my first repositioning cruise ever. We're here in Boston, Massachusetts, and for the next 10 days we're going to be taking this ship home to her winter home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So we're starting today in Boston, we're going to end in Fort Lauderdale. It's going to be a very exciting cruise, but today's embarkation day, and I'm going to tell you everything about the embarkation process here in Boston. We're going to look around this beautiful ship. I cannot wait to sail the Eclipse, my first time on her. So come on if you're ready. Let's get this adventure started. First stop's going to be up here on deck 15, between deck 15 and deck 14 actually. You can see the pool deck right down there. It's a beautiful day though. I wanted to show how beautiful it is here in Boston, Massachusetts. A beautiful early to mid-October day. It's October 11th, 2024. The Northeast New England in the fall. That's what we're getting today. Temperature is about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Taking a look now at the pool deck down there. Oh, it looks so nice and inviting, but not quite warm enough to be, I guess, swimming today with the temperatures, like I said, at 60 degrees. But you see they do have 4 hot tubs there. This is the typical Solstice class ship layout, 4 hot tubs, and then the pool down there. They got the pool bar down there on the other end. Down here below me, they got like the stage where they're gonna have live music and dancing. Of course, the pool chairs all ready to go. And we got Boston Logan International just right over there. So we'll get to see a lot of planes taking off today, right over top of the ship as we prepare to set sail on our 10-day voyage. The time is currently 11:21 a.m. on this beautiful morning in Boston. I flew up this morning, got into the airport really early, like 8:30. So I ended up taking an Uber. It's about a 20-25 minute with no traffic Uber ride from Boston Logan Airport over here to the cruise port in Boston. And we're like basically right downtown, or at least in the seaport area of Boston. You can see back behind me here some of the buildings back there. So not very far from downtown at all. My first time cruising out of Boston, and really excited for the adventure of a repositioning cruise because we're leaving this port and we're not coming back here. This ship's not coming back here. She's been sailing here all summer, out here doing week-long cruises to Bermuda, and then during the early weeks of fall, she's been going up to Canada on 10 and 11-day cruises, but this week we're taking her home to Florida. So I wanted to say a few words real quick about the embarkation process and arriving here. I did arrive to the port probably sometime just before 10 a.m. They were making us wait in a line outside. They weren't letting folks into the terminal just yet because they were still disembarking folks that were on the last cruise. So they finally let us inside of the terminal building, I think somewhere just after 10:15-ish, and went right up, right through the security line, did the check-in process, got seated for boarding. They said it would be just a little bit, and then just before 11 o'clock, I think around 10:45, they actually started boarding. So I've been on the ship now for probably 15 or 20 minutes. I did do my usual thing, which is go to guest relations first thing and see if I could get an upgrade. I am staying in a balcony, a deluxe balcony, which we'll go to that room and check out in a minute. But I wanted to see if maybe Aqua Class or Retreat was available, but they said it's a full ship. There are no upgrades are available for my reservation, so that's fine. We're gonna have a great time. I can't wait for you to see my room. I went in there and dropped my bags a minute ago. They do ask that you just drop your bags and then leave, and then come back later because they're still cleaning. So do know, if you are selling Celebrity, you can go immediately to your room, drop your bags, but they do ask that you come back later to give them time to clean or whatever. But enough of me, enough of my face. Let me turn around here and show you some of what I'm seeing here from the Eclipse today. There we go. There's the cruise port, Boston, right here below us. You can see the gangways out right down there. Folks coming on board the ship, filing on. And then way back there, you can see all the operations going on to load up all the supplies we're going to need for our 10-day journey. So if you come on a little walk with me, we'll walk down here by the pool area and check out what's going on. It's such a lovely day. I wish I could somehow transport you here and let you feel how nice it feels. It's a perfect day, I feel like, for a cruise embarkation. It's not like leaving from Florida or somewhere else either, where it's always humid. It's actually very nice and cool here. I'm going to show you the solarium. This should be a nice place to relax. Always enjoy the solarium on Celebrity. They got one on all their ships, an adults only solarium. Probably a really good place to hang out this cruise, especially since we are starting in a cooler climate, a cooler environment. It is enclosed in here. It is climate controlled. And they do have a pool, and they do have a couple hot tubs. There's a hot tub right over there. And there's another one on the other side. But of course, loungers, and they got towels and everything that you might need in here. Speaking of cooler climate, I don't think I've told you the itinerary yet. The itinerary for this cruise is very exciting. On this cruise, we're gonna have a total of 5 sea days and 4 days in port. So tomorrow, we're gonna have a day at sea as we head down to Bermuda. Bermuda is gonna be our very first stop. And then after our day in Bermuda, we're gonna have 2 sea days. Then we're gonna hit up the ABC Islands, which I'm so excited about. That's the reason I booked this cruise, because I've been to Aruba before, but I've never been to Bonaire and Curacao. So this will be my ABC Island experience. You're gonna see vlogs about it. I'm gonna have them out on my channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go down there and hit that subscribe button, because we have a lot of exciting stuff on this adventure. And then after we leave the ABCs, those are of course 3 consecutive days. We have 2 sea days back, and then we'll end in Fort Lauderdale. So 10 days in total, 4 days in port, 5 days at sea. And speaking of itineraries and ports, I gotta show you something pretty cool. I just got this, so we're gonna unbox it together. I've actually not looked at this yet, but I'm so excited to see it. I know what it is, but I can't wait to show you what it is. This is my brand new map from the cruise maps, from a very special cruise that I took. You can see it's still in the bubble wrap here. Look at that. This is from a cruise that I took about 2 years ago now, back in October of 2022. I took this cruise from Rome over to Israel. I'm gonna be able to put this on my wall and enjoy it forever. I'm so excited about this, y'all. This is so beautiful. And this is one of the first times that I've seen one of their satellite prints. So you can actually order a couple of different ways their map. I have another one of theirs. It's just a typical standard map, but this one is actually a satellite print of the map. It's really, really cool. You can see all the stops we went to. And you can see down at the bottom, it has a couple of different things here. It has the name. I actually put this name in here myself. 12-night Eastern Mediterranean on Celebrity Apex. And then on the other side, there's some other information such as the ship name, the dates of the cruise, how many days, and then it actually says we went 3,050 nautical miles. So this is a very cool way to commemorate such an exciting journey. Go check them out right now. I'm gonna put a link down in the description so that you can click over and check out the cruise maps. And if you use promo code ZAC10, you're gonna save 10% off your order with the cruise maps. So I wanna thank them for extending that offer to all of my followers here. So make sure you go check them out. So here in the Ocean View Cafe, the buffet, take a quick look at what they're having. Some of the stations, right here behind me, they have the pasta. They always have this pasta. I think this is like always available throughout the day, or many parts of the day at least. So always some pasta back here. I think you can even do like a make your own pasta type situation here. And of course they have pizza here. You can get pizza just about all day right here. Back here at the Chef's Daily Special, they have some fried chicken. They got some pork parmesan, and they got some beef stew. They also got some fish, some potatoes, and then mashed potatoes and gravy right there. And then broccoli, minute steak, more fish. And then over here, oh, this is what I love, y'all. The fajitas that they have here. They got chicken fajita option and also a beef fajita. And then they've got all sorts of cheese sauce, refried beans. And then over here you can see they got the chips and all the toppings that you might want. Now walk all the way through Ocean View. We're gonna go all the way to the back. One of my favorite places, one of my favorite things about the Ocean View Cafe is that they do have this outdoor seating area here off the back of the ship. So I mean, just imagine bringing your lunch out here and dining outside in Boston, basically. Little pro tip here, if you've never stayed in one of these, I've stayed in one that was a retreat, like Sunset Veranda before. These are really awesome, especially if you love the wake view. But if you're gonna be sailing on the Solstice class, they're also on the Edge class ships too. These Sunset Verandas are really, really awesome. So I would highly recommend those. They're also a little bit more spacious than some of the other balconies on the ship, but do know that they book up very, very quickly. They book up some of the first rooms that'll be sold out on a cruise. So make sure you book them early as you can. But yeah, just wanted to recommend to you these Sunset Verandas. Here we go into the elevator. We're gonna go down to deck 4. So we got to do our muster drill, and that's where they said our station was. But these glass elevators are pretty amazing, especially as you come further up and actually get to the glass and see outside. So just off the elevator here on deck 4, I did want to show the main atrium. And the main atrium is split into 3 levels. So down below, that's deck 3, and that's where guest services is. You can kind of see some people right over there waiting in line for guest services. Right across the way there is the martini bar, which is like the staple, in my opinion, of the atrium. Up above there, deck 5, you have sushi on 5. But back here you have the casino on deck 4, and then Cellar Masters, which is the wine bar, is behind us. I wanted to show you the, the atrium situation here, and like I said, right beside the elevators. But we are going to be going to the dining room, I think. There's a line of people for the dining room, but I think they're going for an actual lunch. Yeah, we're going to go, I think, to this side. Yeah, E1 is our muster station. So I've just completed my muster station, and here I am now on the promenade, which if you've watched my videos before, you know what that means. That means we are officially on a cruise. We're officially going to reposition the Celebrity Eclipse. This makes all but one of the Solstice class ships that I've done. I've not done Sailaway yet, but I'm trying to complete the series. I'm trying to get on all of them, but really cool to be on a new ship that I've not been on before. Really great to be back on Celebrity for a longer cruise. So walking here on deck 5 now, and they always have an art installation here, right on deck 5, right when you transition from the atrium to the ensemble lounge. And this one's really cool. So far I'm really liking the Eclipse. I'm just liking the art and everything, just the layout of the ship. It's very classic Solstice class. So this is the ensemble lounge here. It's a big lounge flanked by a lot of different things. And see, look at this. This is really cool. I like this. It kind of looks like a curtain, but it's, made up like concrete or something. And then how it's like draped over this bench that's just there. Really cool. I did want to say that they do have these desks set up. I've seen, this is the 3rd or 4th one that I've seen set up around the ship. But these are the specialty restaurant reservation desks. So if you do want to book some specialty dining that maybe you didn't get to book before the cruise, maybe it was all booked up or sold out, do know that they do hold back some reservations so that you can still make those when you board the ship. So look for these desks. Even if you didn't buy a dining package or a specialty dining, you still can buy them when you board the ship. So just wanted to mention, because I have seen these now in several different places. And in the aft of deck 5, you do have Blu Restaurant. Blu is exclusive to the guests staying in Aqua class, and sad day, that's not us. But there are other great dining options, such as Tuscan Grill, which is in the very aft of the ship back here. This is a specialty restaurant, meaning you will pay additional to eat here, but it's a really cool restaurant. It's really good food. But if you just look at the venue itself, it's a really cool venue. You see those windows back there, that's overlooking the very aft of the ship. So highly recommend, if you've not, that you eat at Tuscan Restaurant if you're sailing on one of these Solstice class ships. And this is also the location of the Captain's Club elite breakfast that they have each morning. So we will be in here throughout the cruise for that elite Captain's Club breakfast, but I don't know if I'll be dining here for dinner too much. A lot of folks have said that they want to see me dining in just the main dining room for a cruise and not going to so much specialty dining. And I've heard you, I've listened to comments and messages. So I think maybe we'll shy away from specialty dining. Maybe, we'll see what happens. This is some very cool art. Watch when you walk past it. Isn't that neat? I'm really liking the art on this ship. Again, I say a lot about Celebrity. One of the things they do well is service, food, and then the art that they have on all their ships. They always put so much thought into the art, and art's just everywhere. You see some more art right over here. So a lot of things that are visually appealing about the Eclipse, and I'm really, really into the art on it so far. So here's another such piece, this little, it's called White Terrier, but that's pretty cool. So here on deck 5 in the atrium is Cafe al Bacio. This is the coffee shop on board. You do have to pay additional for the coffees or specialty coffees that they have here. But one of my favorite things about Cafe al Bacio is this display right here, because they have very yummy snacks and treats. And these are all included, so you don't have to pay any additional for these. Hi, how are you? So they have different cakes, here's a chocolate fudge cake, strawberry cake there, a marble pound cake, all sorts of things. Oh, these look so good. They got little sandwiches too, so maybe you just want something light to eat, maybe with a cup of tea or some coffee. You can get all that here. And like I said, it's all included. You just come up here and request it, and they'll gladly help you out. One of my favorite things that they have, though, are these cookies. Today they're having chocolate chip cookies. They also have no sugar added chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to ask for those just to be taken to my room, please. Oatmeal raisin cookies, and then peanut butter cookies. So I always show this in all my vlogs because I want you guys to know, if you're selling Celebrity, they have a Cafe al Bacio on all their ships. You have to come here. You have to try these free offerings from this case and get yourself a specialty coffee while you're at it. And it's a great place to sit and hang out and just see what's going on in the vicinity of the atrium. Here all the way forward on deck 5 is the Eclipse Theater. It's the main theater on board. So they'll have nightly entertainment, including stage production shows. Take a quick look in here though, it's open. I think this is also some people's muster station over on that side, but we'll take a quick look down here at the theater. Excited for some entertainment in here. Gonna have, I think, 3 or 4 stage production shows this cruise. Some guest performers like comedians and vocalists, usually magicians and things like that. But should be a great time in here. This grand theater here on the Eclipse. The Eclipse Theater.
You heard me right. They make glass.
All right, so here now at the room 8257. We'll go in and check this out. It is ready for us now. This is a deluxe veranda stateroom, and I'll show you why it's so deluxe in just a few minutes when we step out onto the veranda. But we'll take a quick room tour here, show you a little bit about this room. Of course, when you get into the room, you turn to the left, and you do have the bathroom. The bathroom with a nice glass shower with an actual door, which we always love. We don't like the shower curtains that a lot of cruise lines have, but they do have an actual door here. And then, of course, you do have some amenities in here. They have left a vanity kit with grooming accessories. You have some soap, and then you have some body lotion here. And then plenty of storage. Here's places to put a lot of stuff right over here on the side. Down here, down below. There's all sorts of storage over here on the side. And then also you do have, just for your information, you do have shower gel, you do have conditioner and shampoo, which is provided by Celebrity in the stateroom. So we'll leave the bathroom now, continuing our walk. Did want to show that the air conditioner, the thermostat, is right here. I say air conditioner because that's what I've turned it to. I always turn it down to as cold as it'll go. Even if it is just 59 degrees outside, we want cool air blowing on us when we're on our cruise. You do have a table here, a lot of different outlets and plugins here, so you can take a look at that and see what all is available. Here's the light switch there. There is a sofa in here, and I believe this will convert to a bed so that you can have a third guest to stay in this room. Standard closet, of course, hangers are included. There's a robe, a couple robes back there included. The laundry bags are hanging here if you want to do laundry throughout your cruise, which I will be doing because it is a longer cruise. And I only packed one bag, that little bag right there, a carry-on bag for this 10-day cruise. They do leave water and stuff in the room. This water, though, you do have to pay for. You do have a safe here. It's right here. You can see it can probably fit a standard laptop in there. Any other important documents or belongings. Down below you do have the little mini fridge down here. You do have to pay for anything that you get out of here. Even if you have a beverage package, you're still going to have to pay for everything that's here. You have, of course, storage here. You can put clothes or things in there. The standard cruise ship bed, 2 twin beds put together, which is kind of heartbreaking for us solo cruisers that want to sleep in the middle of the bed because you'll fall down the crack of the bed all night. A little side table here with the telephone. And I will note that there are no power outlets over here on the sides of the bed. The only power outlets are the ones that we saw right over there. So you'll have to keep your phone or devices plugged up over there during the night. And then you do have more storage up above the bed up here. If you want to put some stuff up there, you can. I have never put anything up there. Do you usually utilize those type of things? I'm curious. I'm always worried that anything I put up there might fall out and hit me while I'm asleep at night, you know? I will say, I was just seeing the art in here. It's kind of fitting, since this is a fall cruise, kind of from New England, that it's kind of some foliage, some leaves and trees there in the art. Now we'll see the best part, though. I booked this room specifically for this balcony. This is a deluxe veranda. There are very few of these on this ship, so like those sunset verandas that I was showing you earlier and saying you need to book these as soon as you can, you need to book the deluxe verandas as soon as you can. I booked this cruise in February of 2023, and that's why I was able to get this deluxe veranda. This is the largest veranda, like standard balcony on the whole ship. That's not like a, you know, a retreat or a suite or something like that. This is the biggest balcony that you can get. That's a standard balcony. We will pay more because it's a deluxe veranda, but look how big it is. I'm standing in the corner here so you can see all of it. I mean, look how much space you have, and look how much of the space is covered, which is not in the direct sunlight or going to be in the sunlight. I mean, the sun is shining at an angle right onto this side of the ship right now, and you see I still have a lot of shade right over here. Of course, there's 2 chairs out here and a table, and then we'll walk right on over here where we can see the view off the side of the ship. You can see our view is kind of slanted so that it looks toward the front of the ship, but if you come around here to the other side and we look back, you can kind of see, you can see the middle parts of the ship, not the back. They are refueling us right now. Of course, we're going about 4,000 miles on this journey. By the time we get back to Fort Lauderdale, or by the time we get to Fort Lauderdale rather, we'll have gone about 4,000 miles. I think 3,800 nautical miles, about how much we're going. So a lot of fuel needed to get us there, but this is really cool. I mean, you can sit here and see a lot of the ship from this vantage point. If we turn back, you can see the rest of the balcony, or how deep that balcony is. Room selection is important, especially when you're doing a longer cruise, a lot of sea days. So make sure you book those longer cruises as early as you can. Like, get the room that you want, be comfortable with what you have, and then also monitor your booking. Like, keep looking, because rooms open, because people will make their reservation and then over time they'll maybe second guess it, especially before final payment date. Anytime before, basically around 3 months before the cruise, 3 or 4 months, be checking, see if a better room, if maybe you have your eye on a particular room, keep checking to see if it opens up, because these rooms open up all the time. So room selection is important, so be prepared to make the right selection. Do your research online. A lot of good forums out there, Reddit, cruise critic forums, reviews of their rooms here on YouTube even. You can find a lot of room tours here on YouTube. So just do your research and find the room that's right for you, especially if you're going to be on a longer sailing or a scenic sailing like in Alaska or something like that. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff. You want to get the right balcony for you. So do your due diligence in selecting your room, and I'm really glad that I did mine. I got this one. It's now 2:30 p.m., so it's been a couple hours since I talked to you last, and wanted to show the pool deck and what that looks like. Still a lot of empty deck chairs. A lot of folks over there by the pool bar. You can see on the other end of the pool deck, but some folks sitting around over here, but not a lot of folks. Of course, folks not in the pool because it's only 65 degrees now, but not a lot of folks even out here. So just to show you, and just to compare, I was on Celebrity Reflection on one of their short cruises 2 weeks ago, a 3-day cruise, and this was packed by 2:30. So this is going to be a completely different vibe, this cruise, I think. So I'm really looking forward to that. I like these more laid back cruises with Celebrity. Since we're on deck 14, I did want to stop by the Sky Observation Lounge all the way forward on deck 14. If you're not familiar, this is a lounge where you can come and relax. Anyone's welcome here, and it's these floor-to-ceiling panoramic view windows. And look at this. I've already talked about how much I like the art here, but look at this. This is different. It's like coming into someone's living room, you know? That's really cool. I really do like the art on this ship. Like, it's just different on this, but there's just something about it. So far, I'm not seeing anything that I don't like. And there's another fireplace mantle-like thing over here. Look at these lamps, the bamboo lamps. Yo, I'm really liking Eclipse so far. What are you thinking about it? Have you been on it before? Or what are your first impressions just from what I've shown you so far? Let me know down in the comments what you think about Eclipse. I was kind of skeptical since it is an older Solstice class ship. But this is it does have a full Sky Observation Lounge. So some of the newer Celebrity Solstice class ships, Reflection, I think Silhouette, half of the Sky Observation Lounge is actually suites. That side is completely gone, but this one is a full Sky Observation Lounge. So you see, you got the not 360 degree views, but probably like 270 degree views at least. So a great place to come and hang out all throughout the cruise, but certainly for Sailaway later. I think this place is going to be packed. And then at night, this turns into like the nightclub. See, it's got the dance floor out here and a stage. They do have live entertainment all throughout the trip, right there on that stage. This is so impressive. I love a full Sky Observation Lounge. I love a forward view. They actually have some loungers up here too. Should be a good place to come and bring a good book. And I should tell you too, while it's 2:30, we still have quite a bit of time until Sailaway, because Sailaway is not actually until 6 p.m., which is quite unusual. Typically, if you're leaving from Florida on a 7-day cruise or shorter, you're going to leave around 4 p.m. Not till 6 p.m. though, Sailaway here. So it's actually going to be kind of tight with sunset, because sunset here in Boston this time of year is probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So we're going to be sailing out kind of late. The sun angle is going to be low, but it should be a beautiful Sailaway. I can't wait for that. Of course, you're going to see that later on in this video. But sailing away at 6 p.m. this evening, and I also wanted to provide some transparency here about this cruise. I mentioned that I had booked a couple years ago. I booked on February the 1st of 2023, and the price I paid for this cruise was just around $1,800 for that deluxe balcony that you see. And at the time I booked it, they had a promotion running. I got $400 onboard credit with this cruise. So about $1,800 for the deluxe veranda, $400 onboard credit. Now this was in early 2023. Cruises were much cheaper then than they are now. I was looking just the other day, some of the last minute rooms that they had available. For the same room, it would have been $3,700 and no perks or no onboard credit or anything. So really a good deal I got on this cruise. I paid about $2,000 less than what people were paying, you know, in the last month or so for this cruise, and I got $400 onboard credit. So that just goes to show you, it really makes me sad because that's how much cruises have gone up in price, but it also makes me happy because I got a really good bargain on this cruise and I've been really excited about that. So I do want to talk about some of the correspondence, as I call it, some of the things that were left in my room when I got here earlier. Here are my shore excursion tickets. I love that Celebrity does this. They leave them in the room. They're ready to go when you get here. We have 3 excursions that I booked with them for the ABC. So like I said earlier, we'll have a lot of coverage coming. I can't wait to show you the ABCs and what I get up to there. Also the Celebrity today. This is just the goings on around the ship. And all the different things happening throughout the day today, embarkation day. I did want to show you our journey because I was telling you about it a little bit earlier, but here you can see it actually on paper. We'll be leaving Boston today at 6 p.m. and then we have a day at sea, and the little arrow there denotes that we will be moving our clocks forward an hour overnight tonight and into tomorrow. That's so that we'll be on time with Bermuda when we get there. They are an hour ahead of East Coast time. Then we'll be in Bermuda. Looks like from 9 to 5 on Sunday. Then we'll have 2 days at sea. We'll set our clocks back. So we'll be back on ABC time. And then on Wednesday, we'll be in Curacao. Thursday, we'll be in Aruba. And next Friday, a week from today, we'll be in Bonaire. And then 2 days back to Fort Lauderdale. Or 2 days at sea to get to Fort Lauderdale. For those who might be curious, on a 10-night sailing, you see those bolded dates. Those are actually the days that we're going to have a chic night, which is the elegant night. So there are 3 for this 10-night cruise. I just want to let you know that. All right, so it is now 5:35. The captain just came on and gave his Sailaway speech, or Sailaway talk rather. Said we'll be sailing away from Boston soon. We have about 700 nautical miles to go to Bermuda, where we'll be in 2 days. As you can see the sun setting there. It'll be setting in the next probably 30 minutes or so. But it's turned out to be a beautiful evening here in the port of Boston. We'll look back behind us as far as we can here. Pretty soon, I think we're just gonna like back down this little out of the port, and then we'll turn around and head out and head southeasterly toward Bermuda. And we start to make our way south. And this cruise is only gonna get warmer as we go, of course, because we are traveling south. So this is the coolest as we're gonna be. Well, good evening. The time is now 8 p.m. We've been sailing now for a couple hours away from Boston, and what a beautiful sail away that was. Getting to see the entire skyline, sailing right beside Boston Logan International Airport. That was really cool. Seeing the planes come in overhead, and then as we were sailing out of the harbor, out of Boston Harbor, out into the ocean, actually we were going right under the final approach for planes into Boston Logan. So we had these huge jets going right over the cruise ship, which was really cool. I'm an aviation nerd in addition to being a cruise nerd, so I was living my best life. I was just out on my balcony just watching all these huge jets land. I got a lot of footage of the airport as well as the ship sailing away. So a beautiful Sailaway. I hope you enjoyed that footage. But now it is time for dinner. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of people have said in the past, like, we'd like to see you go on a cruise and just eat the main dining room or just eat on the buffet. So for lunch today, I actually did eat on the buffet, and I don't think I told you that yet. I did get some fajitas, some of the beef fajitas that they had. That is like a staple for Embarkation Day for me on these Solstice class ships. They seem to always have that, and I love it. It was just a tremendous lunch. But now for dinner, I'm going to go to the main dining room, and I want to try to stick to the main dining room for most of the cruise. It's 10 nights. So for most of the cruise, I'm going to try to be in the main dining room each night, showing you what they have in there so you get a feel for that. And so it's not just like specialty dining all the time, which I know I do have a tendency to do a lot on cruises. But I've been on the Solstice class enough. I've eaten at the specialty restaurants that they have on these ships, so I don't have a really need to go to any of those, and I don't really want to pay the additional money. So we're going to go to the main dining room as often as I feel like it. We're also going to go to the buffet, probably some for dinner. We'll see, but tonight we're going to the main dining room. And then there is a show tonight. There's a guest performer, I think a singer. I'm going to go check some of that out and just see what's going on around the ship. So I'm going to head off to dinner now, and probably one of the next clips you see will be me back later when we come back from dinner, letting you know how everything was. So let's go enjoy our evening out here on board, our very first night.
All right, stay right there and continue dancing. Something to breathe this time.
Well, good evening. It's now almost 11 p.m. and it's time for me to go to bed. But none of the evening worked out quite the way I said it was going to earlier. I said I was going to go to dinner, then I was going to go to the show, but I completely underestimated how many people were going to be going to dinner at the same time as me. And when I showed up to dinner, I have Celebrity Select, which is the anytime dining. I didn't make a reservation for tonight. You can make reservations for dining on the app, but I didn't make a reservation. I just went down there assuming that I would get a table, and unfortunately that wasn't the case. I did have to wait about 25 minutes to get my table, and then by the time I ate, by the way, I had a delicious mushroom soup. It was so good. All the food I had tonight at the dining room was good. And then for my main, I had the prime rib, which was just fantastic. So a great first night. The service was good. The food was good. Really enjoyed the main dining room tonight. But by the time I ate and everything, the show was already over. So didn't get to go to the show. Walked around the ship a little bit. Talked to some of my subscribers. Really good to see you all and chat with you all. Now it's time for bed. We're actually going to move our clocks ahead 1 hour tonight. We're going to change times a couple times this 10-day cruise. I think that's just to get on Bermuda's time, so that everything is, you know, on the same time there and folks aren't missing the ship or missing excursions and things like that. So we do move ahead an hour tonight. We'll stay ahead a couple hours, and then we'll move back once we get closer to our first stop in the ABCs, which is Curacao. A great first day, a very great embarkation day. It is so good to be on Celebrity Eclipse. I've had a fantastic day. I love this ship so far. The service has been incredible. The food's been incredible. No complaints really at all. Just really excited to relax and enjoy this 10-day repositioning cruise. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go down below, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Have a lot more content to come from this cruise and other cruises very soon. Folks, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.